Stop wasting time. You're not rich yet. You're not free yet. You don't have the life you dream about. You're still waking up to an alarm clock you hate, dragging yourself to a job that drains you, living paycheck to paycheck, scrolling on your phone, watching other people win, while your own dreams collect dust. Look at yourself. Look at your bank account, your health, your situation. Do you honestly believe you have the luxury to waste even a single hour? You don't. Time is the most expensive currency, and you're spending it like it's unlimited. You've convinced yourself you'll start tomorrow. Tomorrow never comes. Every second you let slip is a second closer to regret, to failure, to a life where you never got to taste freedom. Do you want to be ordinary? Do you want to look back in your old age and realize you could have had it all, but you were too lazy, too distracted, too comfortable? This is your wake-up call. You're not rich yet. You're not successful yet. So stop acting like you made it. Discipline is the foundation of everything you want in life, and yet most people avoid it because it feels painful. Comfort feels good now, but it robs you of the future you dream about. Every time you hit snooze instead of waking up early, every time you choose fast food instead of a clean meal, every time you scroll endlessly instead of working on your craft, you're making a decision to stay broke, to stay stuck, to stay average. Comfort doesn't just slow you down, it chains you in place. Discipline, on the other hand, forces you to do what you don't feel like doing, but need to do, and that's why it works. The people who win in life aren't the ones who are motivated every day. They're the ones who acted with discipline regardless of how they felt, and that's what separates champions from losers. When you live in comfort, you live in weakness. Comfort is your bed whispering, "Stay a little longer." Comfort is your brain saying, "You worked hard enough today." Comfort is the world trying to trick you into believing that your little efforts are enough to deserve success. But success doesn't care about feelings, it only cares about results. Discipline is the enemy of weakness. Discipline doesn't ask if you're tired. Discipline doesn't ask if you feel like it. Discipline demands that you move, that you grind, that you show up no matter what. Comfort makes you soft. Discipline makes you sharp. Comfort feeds your laziness. Discipline starves it. Every great life has been built on a mountain of disciplined actions, while every wasted life has been buried under comfort and excuses. Discipline is the truth most people are afraid to hear because it strips away every excuse. You're not fat because of bad genetics. You're fat because of a lack of discipline in what you eat and how you move. You're not broke because the world is unfair. You're broke because you lack the discipline to use your time wisely, to build skills, to create value. You're not unhappy because life is tough. You're unhappy because you've chosen comfort over growth again and again. People hide behind motivation because motivation is temporary and it lets them blame their feelings. But discipline doesn't care if you're motivated. Discipline is showing up when it hurts, when you're tired, when you're uninspired, and doing it anyway because you refuse to settle for mediocrity. Every second you choose comfort, you're building habits of weakness. Habits are chains that become harder to break the longer you wear them, and comfort makes those chains heavier every day. If you eat junk food once, maybe it doesn't matter, but do it for weeks, and you've built a habit that shapes your body and your energy. If you skip one workout, maybe it doesn't matter, but do it for months, and you've built a lifestyle of quitting. Comfort is the builder of bad habits. Discipline, on the other hand, builds the habits that carry you forward when motivation disappears. Discipline builds momentum. Discipline is how you turn one workout into 10, 1 hour of work into mastery, $1 into an empire. Without discipline, you will always lose to the person who has less talent but more consistency. Discipline is not punishment, it's freedom. Comfort feels like freedom in the moment because you're doing what you want, but in reality, it's a trap. Comfort today creates pain tomorrow. Skip the gym today, you pay for it with weakness later. Waste time today, you pay for it with regret later. Spend money recklessly today, you pay for it with poverty later. Discipline feels like restriction, but it is actually control. It is control over your time, your energy, your direction. It gives you the freedom to create the life you want because you are no longer a slave to your impulses. Comfort makes you a prisoner of your emotions. Discipline makes you the master of them. The people who achieve greatness are not those who chase comfort, but those who embrace discipline as a tool to dominate every area of their lives. If you truly want to win, you have to stop negotiating with yourself. Comfort is the master negotiator. It whispers reasons why you should take the easy way out. It tells you you deserve rest when you haven't earned anything. It tells you you'll do it tomorrow when you know tomorrow will never come. Comfort makes you weak by making excuses sound logical. Discipline is brutal honesty with yourself. Discipline doesn't negotiate, it dictates. It says you will work, you will push, you will execute. People fail not because they don't have dreams, but because they allow comfort to talk them out of chasing those dreams. The moment you stop listening to comfort and start obeying discipline, your entire life begins to shift because your actions finally match your ambitions. Comfort will always try to sell you short-term pleasure at the cost of long-term success. It will tell you that missing one day won't matter, but it does. It will tell you that cheating on your goals just once won't hurt, but it does. It will tell you that you've worked hard enough, when in truth, you've barely scratched the surface. Discipline destroys these lies. Discipline keeps you locked in when your feelings try to betray you. Discipline pushes you through the wall of resistance that stops most people. The reason few succeed and most fail is because success is hidden behind a wall of discomfort, and only discipline has the strength to break through. Comfort stops everyone at the wall. Discipline smashes it to pieces and keeps moving. Excuses are the most expensive lies you tell yourself. They cost you opportunities, freedom, and the future you could have had. Every excuse sounds reasonable in your own head, but to the world, it just sounds like failure. I don't have time, yet you spend hours scrolling your phone. I don't have money, yet you waste it on junk that gives you nothing back. I'll start tomorrow, yet tomorrow never comes. The truth is, you don't need more time, more money, or more chances. You need more action. Action is the cure to every excuse. When you act, excuses die. When you hesitate, excuses grow stronger. Excuses are comfortable, action is painful, but pain produces progress. Every step you take forward is a brick in your empire, while every excuse you make is a hammer smashing that empire before it can even be built. Excuses are a shield for weakness, and weakness will never make you wealthy, strong, or free. Weak people look for reasons not to act. Strong people look for reasons to move, even when it's hard. Excuses give you permission to stay average. They give you a false sense of safety, as if by avoiding risk, you've made the smart choice. But the truth is, avoiding action is the most dangerous choice you can make. The world doesn't reward excuses, it rewards results. Nobody cares about why you didn't do it. They only care if you did it. You can talk about your dreams for years, but if you never act, you'll never touch them. Excuses are invisible prison bars. They keep you trapped where you are while tricking you into believing you're free. Action is the only key that unlocks that cell and gives you a way out. The people you admire, the ones who built wealth and freedom, didn't get there because life handed them a perfect set of circumstances. They got there because they refused to let excuses win. They acted when they were broke. They acted when they were tired. They acted when they had nothing. Excuses destroy most people before they even start, but action destroys excuses. Action doesn't require perfection. It requires movement. You don't need to know the whole path before you start walking. Most people wait for the perfect moment, the perfect plan, the perfect opportunity, but that moment never comes. The perfect time to act is now, because now is all you have. Every day you delay, you fall further behind, while someone else is taking the action you should have taken. Excuses are addictive because they feel good in the short term. They let you avoid discomfort. They let you avoid failure. They let you feel justified in your laziness. But action is addictive too, only it creates power instead of weakness. The more you act, the more momentum you create, and momentum is unstoppable. Once you start stacking small actions, the excuses lose their grip on you. The hardest part is taking the first step, And that's why excuses scream so loudly in the beginning. They want to keep you from moving, because once you move, they lose their power. Excuses thrive on inaction, but they starve when faced with relentless action. Every excuse is a parasite feeding off your time, and every action is a weapon that kills them. Excuses make you a victim. Action makes you a warrior. When you make excuses, you're admitting defeat before the battle even begins. You're telling yourself that circumstances are stronger than you, that problems are unbeatable, that you're too weak to push forward. But when you choose action, even small action, you declare war on your circumstances. You say, I don't care how hard it is, I will move. Action turns victims into victors because it proves to yourself that you're capable of changing your life. Excuses keep you chained to what you are, but action pulls you closer to what you could become. Every time you choose action over excuses, you build strength, you build courage, you build proof that you're not just talk, you're someone who executes. Excuses love to disguise themselves as logic. They'll tell you it's not the right time, you don't have the resources, you might fail, but what they're really saying is stay weak. Excuses try to sound smart, but in reality, they're cowardice wearing a mask. Action, on the other hand, looks reckless to those who live in excuses, but it's the only path to results. People who live in excuses spend their lives planning, talking, and waiting, but never doing. People who live in action make mistakes, learn, adapt, and win. The difference is night and day. Action may lead you to failure sometimes, but even failure teaches you more than excuses ever will. Failure from action is progress. Failure from excuses is regret. You'll always regret the chances you didn't take more than the ones you took and lost. Excuses make your life predictable, small, and forgettable. Action makes your life dangerous, exciting, and meaningful. Nobody writes stories about the man who always had a good excuse. History remembers those who acted, those who risked, those who refused to wait. Excuses kill dreams in silence, but action brings them to life, even if it's messy, even if it's imperfect. Your future is being written every day by what you choose, excuses or action. Excuses will write a story of mediocrity, while action will write a story of power. The question is simple: are you willing to act, or will you keep lying to yourself? Because the world won't wait for you. Life doesn't pause because you're uncertain. Either you move, or you get left behind. At the end of the day, life will always give you two choices: stay in comfort and excuses, or step into discipline and action. Comfort is the silent killer of dreams, excuses are the poison that keeps you weak, but discipline and action are the weapons that build freedom, wealth, and power. You cannot afford to waste time because time is the one thing you will never get back. Every second you choose comfort, you lose progress. Every excuse you create takes you further from the life you deserve. But every moment of discipline, every small action, every step you take despite fear, despite pain, despite doubt, is proof that you are not ordinary, you are different. You are stronger, you are destined for more. Stop waiting for the right time. Stop waiting for someone to save you. Stop waiting for life to hand you an opportunity. Be disciplined enough to create it. Be bold enough to act on it. The world belongs to those who refuse to stop. The world belongs to those who execute. So ask yourself, will you keep wasting time, or will you finally rise? The choice is yours, and the time is now. Thank you for listening. Stay strong, stay disciplined, and stay relentless. God bless you, and may your actions today build the future you dream about tomorrow.